Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the Professor with Day Trading for Success. So today we had a very exciting day of live streaming for the first time. So we're going to go into the details about that in just a minute, so stick around.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Hey, so welcome back. So what happened today is we live stream. I've been on Zoom live trading and commentary for years now, but this is the first time on YouTube, and we'll be starting to do this all the time now in the mornings with the specific strategy of trying to make $100 in just a few minutes based on a large cap strategy that all came from Day Trading Volume 1, the RV strategy. And then now we're in the middle of that with micro doing teaching scalping. So I'll be showing you that nearly every morning when I go live. There is no charge to do this. Now, for those of you that the two things that I ask is that you email me and that you have to subscribe to the channel or you'll be filtered out. You won't get an alarm. And for those of you that did email me and missed this, these are just practice runs, and there was a lot of technical problems with this first stream. So I have not sent out the emails yet, and you will still be getting an email, and the people that email get, other advantages. So make sure you send an email, and don't worry that you missed it, that you missed it because we have not emailed you back yet. But if you have your alerts on, you should get an alert anyway, and I probably will be trading more this week, but then officially you should get your email before the 7th of July. That'll have more information in it, and then we will be streaming fairly regularly, and there is no charge to come in and follow along. Obviously, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. You're responsible for all your own trades. I will call out, I will quarterback like I see them. We got the latency down to just 2 seconds, and I don't think you can get any better than that. Zoom is 1 second. So, you don't usually notice stuff like that because you're not trying to follow an exact trade on a 1 minute chart, but it's a little noticeable. But what I'll try to do is, because we've been doing it in the studio amongst each other, we trade in the studio. There's a lot of traders, and we've been practicing to see what the latency is by the time I say what I say and you see what you see on the screen. So I call out the trades enough in advance if you're trying to follow along, that you should be able to get in almost exactly when I say. The trick will be sometimes I get out within a couple seconds, and you might not see that because of the latency. So that's why I highly recommend you get this risk oscillator, because it gives you your target coming into the trade, short or long, and you can pretty much bet that I'm going to get out just before it hits the target of the direction I'm going. So we're just trying to get baby trades here for I was trading NVIDIA today, 200 shares, okay? And I was getting out in other than the opening candle where I did, you'll see, because I'm going to show the video in its entirety here in all of its mess ups, because the first few minutes, I think it was 5 or so minutes, I realized that I did not have the latency set correctly. So I stopped live streaming and then restarted. So what I'm going to be showing you is the second one, which is about 48 minutes long after I restarted. So I've come back in, but you haven't missed any trading yet, right? And then obviously the ideal thing to do would be to be there for live streaming, which I know a lot of you are going to be pissed off that you didn't get notified and you weren't there, but there are many days ahead for you to trade along with me if you like. I think there was 108 people or something that it was the highest amount that must have gotten an alert and were there at the right timing. And I thank you for coming on. And I really any comments about how it was, how the latency treated you, were you able to be successful? and anything else you might want to say that's really nice about me would be no. Yeah, because this is a work in progress. And then what we will be doing is showing some of the footage after the streaming's done, and we'll be doing recap videos that might need to be clarified, why I came in and out of a trade, what I was thinking. But the trading's gonna go very quick. And remember, our goal, just to make you $100 a day. That's how we're starting, right? So we're not gonna, we can, as the months go by, we can level our share up and go for $200 a day. Right now, for the people on a fixed income, for the people that just need that extra $2,000 a month, that's what this will get you. $100 a day will get you $2,000 a month, and it won't take much to get you to $3,000 a month. Now, obviously, you can do any share size you want. You could be getting $5,000, $6,000 a month by taking bigger risks. I'm trying to show you in this strategy of scalping here, we'll call it the professor's scalping strategy, right? Based on other strategies from other books, including Day Trading Volume 4 and Day Trading Volume 1, I'm going to try to show you the most consistently safe way, day after day, to make $100, and you can just bank it, right? You can just bank it. So every morning I will show you day trading guideline rules to day trade, just a brief thing. You'll see my disclaimer. And in fact, I'll just show them to you right now. So you can expect to see this coming up for streaming, basically saying channels for entertainment purposes, all the things that you agree to not sue me, and that kind of stuff. So that's all right there. Most people don't even read it or care about it. And then the other thing is I'll be flashing this up for every single, this will come up for every single video. At least I'll try to remember what I think you should follow, because this is not a normal way people recommend on other trading channels. And what I come across a lot of is that somebody says something one time, and they might get a lot of views on YouTube, or they might have a book out or whatever. It could be 20 years ago. And then people just rinse and repeat and give the same information. Well, trading has changed a lot, and there's a lot of different styles of trading, a lot of different ways to trade. You can't just say this is set it and forget it. This is what everybody needs to know. For instance, entering with only 25% of your position. This comes from me being a swing trader, that I would never enter in the full part of the position. But this can be used for scalping if you pay attention to this max loss per trade. So you can go into your half or full position if the price action starts to go against you. But if you hit that max loss, no matter what, you have to get out of the trade. So your biggest enemy will be you. But if you follow these trading plans, if you make your own plan, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so you really need to speak to somebody you trust before you try to emulate anything here. But let's say you want to practice with a plan like this after you've been in a simulator for 30 days. To me, I go in 25%. If I've guessed wrong, I have another chance for it to change around, and I have another chance after that. So, because I'll go into half, then the half will go into whole position. So if I did 200 shares, I might go to 400, then I might go from 400 to 800 shares. But you'll see that you'll get closer to your max loss with every time you do that. So I explain when you want to do that. You don't always want to go up in share size as the stock move, as the price action goes against you. You don't always want to. Sometimes you just want to hold until you get to your max loss, or certainly just get out. You don't have to wait for your max loss. Or you may want to add to your position as the price starts to move back up in your direction, not when it's going against. So it's already gone down. It puts you, say your max loss is $20 and you're down 10, and you're like, I don't know, man, I should just get out or whatever. And then you start to see it go up with the price flow, moving. Now you're down 8. That's the time. That would be the time I would average into my half position at least, so that as it climbs back up, I'm making money. But you'll see me go over that a lot, okay, about how I personally trade. Works for me, but you need to find your own style. Remember that. So this is the layout that we use today, and I will show the whole video. This is what we made, $108. Remember, I told you this risk oscillator is really important. The multi-chart alignment is really important. 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour charts. What are all those doing right now? Right at the time that you're trading. This is the engine that drives it. You can see inside the volume. This is what the buyers are doing. The red is what the sellers are doing in individual candles. The volume is going to light up and give you an alert when it's stronger, going in the certain direction it's going. So you have that. You've got a meter. It shows the percentage at any given moment right inside the candle. This information is so helpful when you're scalping to choose when to get in and when to get out, along with the risk oscillator. These two combined are almost all you need. But they're just amazing. But you want an overall view. You want to see the market pulse. You want to see what is the Q and the SPY doing overall, so you can get a feeling for it. It'd be nice to know if there's a trend, if this trend is strong or not, based on the clouds and the way this indicator works. And then inside here, besides having the EMAs and the daily SMAs on this and the VWAP, I also have special indicators. Now, I've turned off the alerts so it doesn't bother people that have these same indicators with alerts when they're trading along with me now, as we found this to be a problem in our practice runs. But, the MACD indicator is amazing based on EMA crossovers. The multi-chart alignment with labels, I talked to you about that. The buy-sell oscillator, another amazingly good indicator. The ATR ranges, remember, everybody sets a range at some point when they're trading, and you having those ranges figured out for you is great. Every half and whole dollar marked on any stock that you trade. People trade with the crowd. They trade on even and half dollars. That's why you need to know this data. There's the risk oscillator, and there's the other ones. And watch the prop firm setup, because I am a coder for Thinkorswim ThinkScript, and I do a lot of codes that are used on the platform. And a lot of the prop firms have me do special indicators for them. So if there's a video that I will link on this video about looking at the prop firm layout that has all these indicators. And then if you didn't get them free, often I will give them away free here, so you always got to watch. But if you didn't get them for free, because I'm the creator, so I get to do that. But if you didn't get them for free, then go over to the $1 Million Margin Club. There's a link. And they also have over there the mathematical formulas used for every script, what is exactly going to do for you. And I think that most of them are $24.95. However, I've made a deal with them where they give away a lot of them for free for periods of time. There's a couple of them that are going to go out there this week. The buy volume indicator and the sell volume indicator, which are, if you only go long or you only go short, are really good indicators. So they'll be free for a period of time. There's a scanner there for $4.99. There's another indicator that's on the day chart. I don't know if I have it up here. Yeah. This one's over there for free right now. This is giving you the average volume on a 1-minute chart over 1 day, and this is over 10 days. So 1-minute chart, we want to know the average of a 1-minute chart for a period of numbers of days. This also has your ATR, and I have the social sentiment up here too. But that's really important, having those different indicators and what they're doing for the. I know what I was going to open up the scanner. So the scanner, which is over there, this special setting is over there for $4.99. I just added the mark to this too, and this one again is giving you how far you are from the high, the percentage, which is a custom script put in here. This is the volume overall, but this is the volume on a 1 minute 1 day, and then the overall volume on a 1 minute over 10 day. So you're trying to get the stock with the most volume. When we started out this morning, Tesla was in the lead and Hood was in second place. And now with all the different news that have come out, and then you have the ATR. So this is important, and that's put into the script here. And this is all available over there at the $1 Million Margin Club if you didn't get it here for free. But if you stick with me with alerts, you get a lot of this stuff for free, or I re-put it out again. Re-put it out. Isn't that proper English? So I am going to be showing, without much further ado here, the second part of the live stream. in its entirety, so you will it will not have the mess up that a lot of people watch, but that's already down in the live. You can see all the actual live, the way YouTube puts it in on live stream. So it's on my channel under live, and this is under the regular videos. So stick around, this should be fun. Sorry about that, guys. I'm back on with less latency now. I didn't have the settings correct, as Alan pointed out, as he was trying to watch. So this should make it quite a bit faster. So I think we had gotten latency down to like 2 seconds. So actually, let me get this back on to headshot. Yeah, there's my headshot. Okay, so a bunch of stuff was not set up. Again, sorry for those of you who keep popping in. I had to restart because the latency was more at like 8 seconds. Now it should be down to like 2 seconds, which I think is about as fast as we can go. So back to the analysis. Hopefully most of you heard that were there. I think we were up to like 30 people. This is weird for me because I mean, you can rewatch the video obviously and hear everything, but I know that a lot of people aren't going to be hearing what I'm saying until they come in. But it's mostly about the trading, right? Not about ego. So here we are, and I was looking at all of these. I was hesitant to mark many of them out. It's gone down so much. In a situation like this, I probably will. I mean, the winner on the scan is Tesla. They're way higher in volume, but I am not going to trade Tesla at the open. So I just don't feel safe with trading Tesla at the open. And I do think, as I was mentioning before, it's probably a really good swing position to go into. But most likely, I'm going to do the same old thing at the... Oh, guys, these are the buy-seller. I don't have the right thing on. Oh, my God, what a mess I am this morning. Let me... What do I have open here? Did I keep the rest of the stuff? Yeah, I did. So I just have this I just have these on instead of the let's see. You can see we're having some technical issues here. So Scout Pro why am I not seeing it? I'm blinded. There it is. Okay. Less alerts. Apply. Now, we're not going to keep all of these on, obviously. And I'm missing multi-time alignment. That's just the labels. We got to drag that down here to the lower. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of these right now because I don't have time to go over them with you. So this should be more like what we're used to seeing. I think that's the only indicators that I was doing that video to show the... Remember, the buying indicator and the selling indicator will be available very soon for free over at the $1 Million Margin Club. So you should definitely pop on over there and look around what they have, because that's the whole reason that they're wanting you to see the other indicators and to see the books and stuff that makes a difference. So please support them. They are my only sponsor. I have refused probably 500 sponsors that have solicited me, and I'm not exaggerating. But the day will probably come where I'll have some others, but right now, if I don't really believe in it and don't really know about them, I'm just not interested in... it's not that I'm not interested in money at all, guys, but it's not going to be the overriding factor for this channel. Who knows? Maybe I will completely sell out at one point, but not now. Not this day. This day, who are not trading with us will hold their entire identity cheap that they were not here with us on this live streaming day. So that's my little bit of Shakespeare in them. So we're up to 53. That's cool. Hello, 53 people. I hope you're actually seeing this, and I hope the delay isn't totally ridiculous. So please give me feedback in the comments. And now we can trade together. But remember, I'm not advocating that you you are trading, you are following my trades. I think I have to put the disclaimer back up again because we started a new recording. So make sure you read that, and then make sure you guys follow the, your day trading rules. So make sure you hopefully have a copy of that, or you have your own that you really follow. You get into a ritual every morning to try to prepare you for winning each day. It's like, this is my ritual for winning. So I get into the working out, eating right, meditating, whatever it might be. Get out and do a nice walk or a hike. It becomes a ritual that to help you trade good. So I'm not a life coach, so I'm not trying to sound like, but I mean, traders, we all struggle with this. What does it take to get us over the edge to do this stuff? So when I look at to be successful, so when I look at this, let me just put some 5 minutes. I hesitate to do historical data when we've had such a drop. I will mark a high right here at the 50 cent basically. We'll go ahead and mark that right here. That one's actually pretty good. So let's do a few of these. That one is not. Yeah, that did tap it again there. Mostly if I'm trading that open spring, it might be one of these levels that it springs back from. So I'm kind of looking at that a little bit. And we only have a few minutes left here. Let me do this. I'll go ahead and do the fibs on this one. I haven't marked anything else out yet, any of the other stocks. So we'll slow down and do what we've got to do as it goes on, the morning goes on here. Come on. So sensitive. I could type it in, of course, but just... So here we go. There we go, right? This is our not helping us much fib. I don't expect that. Who knows? 55.12, that's not that far. So I had mentioned earlier before this broadcast how China tariff issue is sending chips down a bit, how the big, beautiful bill is looking like is adding $3 trillion to the budget, and people are very worried about that, how the chair is about to talk, the Fed chair is about to talk, and he was passed a note, so I heard, by Trump to lower interest rates to 1%. Can you imagine? Would that be great in the moment, right? But then what would happen? It's just like not cool. So the point I'm trying to make is there's a lot of news out that's I'm looking to make sure our reporting we're getting live updates as well with sound, just in case there's something really weird, because he's coming on at 9:30. Wow, was there just news? Because that was odd. See that? Like the high frequency algorithm there. Nothing popped in here. I didn't hear anything on the wire. That was interesting, huh? So we are at the bottom of the ATR already. Huh? Look at that. So this is going to be interesting this morning. So I will try to swing in for a quick trade at the open. Remember, guys, you are trading on your own. You can watch me. I am not directing you how to trade. You need to have those skills, hopefully, on your own. And welcome to 71 of you now. So I'm glad to see that. I know this wasn't the date. I said the 7th. It's more or less a practice before I get into doing it all the time. So let's just see. Sound is working. Picture is up. You guys are here. We are live stream. And interesting. I have to get used to all this stuff. We have been practicing amongst ourselves with the screens in the studio. That's where we really discover the latency issue. Okay, here we go. It's going to open up in just 30 seconds here, so let's see if we can get a good first trade, a fabulous trade. That's what we want, a fabulous trade. see. So I'll be watching the level 2 more for my pricing, not the candlesticks. And I'm looking to get to maybe go short off this 157.10 level up in there if it goes straight up. If it goes straight down, I'm probably going to be on pause. I would add to it as it goes, up. I'm curious to see.
U.S. markets are now open.
There it goes. Not as much as I would like to see up, but wow. Is that it?
HAS, Hasbro, and Galaxy Gaming announced.
I'm going to go ahead and go in. All right, so I went in short. It's a risk because it might just fly up there. Looking for a bigger trade on the opening candle. I could have got out. I'll go ahead and take that if I get it. I got it. So 26 bucks first to start. And I may play this short again. Let's see the action here. Those are the half and whole dollar marks up here. So we got a 22-cent target up already. It's stalled here, though. See that, guys? So it's stalled. So hesitant to do anything. You might say stall means go in short. Yeah, if I'd gone in, I could have made more there. So, but I'm waiting for another surge, and here it goes. So let's see if we get a surge up. Let's see, nothing new. He's just basically saying that the market's open. Slowing down. I'm on the second candle now, so everything's different. The market orders have washed out. Things are going to slow down. Again, it's a very strange. At any time now, Powell's going to say something, and that's why you got to be really careful. When he makes his, when he starts talking, if he says something, he could swing it, the market a certain way. So there's a lot of other reports coming out today too, but that's the one to mainly listen to. And in the mornings, I'm probably going to be giving sort of a recap of the news from the night before a little bit, so you can see what everybody in the studio is talking about, what my thought process is. Remember, the goal is, my goal is to show you guys how to make $100 a day. That's all we're going for. And now I am waiting because I could have probably taken a second trade in there, but I thought it might burst through. So, and I am a little worried because I'm not going to be in the moment. I'm not going to know what Powell said. So I'm kind of worried about getting stuck one way or the other. And then averaging down, like the plan is, you average more into your position, thinking, this is perfect, but then it keeps going against your position because of news. So now I'm just playing the patient game. In fact, with that in mind, guys, in view of our goal, I'm even going to lower my share size here. And when I short, at least I can, but I would be inclined if it did a big pop-up to just get out rather than, it's a great place to average. Get out and reassess because the news might have come through. The market can be so emotional that you don't know what's going to, what it's going to do. So how people are going to react. So this strategy of scalping for the RV strategy, which if you watch all the RV strategy archives, you'll see that I don't use the ask and bid, that I only use the market, that I use reverse, that I trade with larger channels and bigger share size and can make $45,000 in 30 minutes. It's a whole different kind of trading. But in the middle of that, I have scalping skills. You've got to learn scalping skills. And you're looking at your price, your order flow, and of course you're looking at all these indicators. And this is giving us our target range for risk, which is very, very handy. You're going short, expect it to move 12 cents. You're going long, expect it to move 31 cents up. And this is going to get more accurate because you still got some pre-market data in here. It isn't really helping. That is this is based on this has indicators based on RSI. It's at different levels than you might see. So it's very set for scalping. And you'll see arrows come up for that. You'll also see the MACD, okay, which is the other one that is set basically for crossovers, convergence, divergence, and that's usually very accurate. That called it at the open, and it was right. And then you have the buy-sell oscillators. You'll come in that is working more on the EMA crossover levels, and I usually use that as an indication to go the opposite way, to get out of a trade when I see that arrow. I use the MACD and this risk oscillator arrows to get in a trade. But you can see there was a contradictory here, and people talk about that all the time, how it's contradictory. So anyway, right now I am waiting to see if it's going to channel.
The Discovery share is down about
And
5%.
I am concerned about news coming out as I try to create tight intraday historical data. So a very conservative way to trade, considering we're trading on a 1-minute candle. The whole RV strategy was first devised by a bunch of professional traders to show people how to make money the most safe way you could make money by scalping or day trading. And it works. It works. Now, this is a sort of micro view of that to try to learn how to do the scalping within it. So I'm going to hear feedback from you guys on this delay. It's not going to be perfect, but it should only be about 2 seconds. So this is interesting here to get in, unless we're on news. Nope, we're not. So near the 156, I would jump in and go long. It looked like it got close to it, 156.11 roughly. So it's with the delay and the fact that that's the ATR, I absolutely would get in that, and then I would average down at least to that. Well, I probably wouldn't average down until it got further down, just so you know what I'm thinking with the delay. Right now, up, I don't have a long target to go in long right now. I mean, except down here, I don't have a short target is what I meant to say. So I'm not thinking of going short here on the 50 cent, even though that might be a level. It's not long enough into the market. We're only like 6 minutes in, and there's a lot of stuff going on today. So we're just going to try to get this up nice and safely, $10 to $15 trades up to $100, and then we're going to call it a day. And then that's $500 a week, and $2,000 a month. That's a car payment and a mortgage payment for most people, or a rent. It's life changing, just that small amount of money. It's the greed that kills you guys. You don't want to go in. You can make big money, there's no question, but then you lose it the next day or the next week or whatever. So if you find something consistent, which is a way to make money when a stock is consolidating, right, then that's more consistent. So no, you're not getting the big moves, the big money and all that excitement, but you're creating a living on a very, very safe way to trade. You just have to remember your max loss. If you're going to average into your position, go to 200 and then 400 and then 800, you've got to be, as the share size goes up, you got to be more and more careful about watching that max loss pop up over here and just get out. And then there's going to be another trade. So it's making me want to short here.
Said US economy in pretty good
but it's starting because the MACD, and then this is a reversal sign here with that rickshaw man. So I am considering, if it pops back up, to go short. I don't really have an average in except another whole 50 cent, more than 50 cents up. Wow, there it goes up there. So it's tempting. I'm still playing it a bit conservative here. D255. I'll go ahead and go in on that. Let's see if it can bounce down for us. Now I just have 100 shares, so it would be, I'll just take that because I should have gone to 200 shares. Now that the price action has slowed down, I'm going to go back up a little bit. So that was a winning trade. I just took a small amount, $7 or something.
If we ignore tariffs and inflation behaving as expected and hoped, we expect higher readings over the summer.
I'm going to actually turn him up just a little bit because I'm waiting for news from the Fed.
Powell said we went on hold when we saw the size of the tariffs.
The fastest way I get it without this is somebody passing me a note. So, yeah, Benzinga's having the same news as this. So this is...
Powell said we're taking some time for...
It's a little more conservative than
solid.
Yesterday.
The thing is to wait.
Basically because of what's awaiting us in the news cycle here. So Again, I will go long off this ATR if the delay is affecting you guys, but again, you take in your own trades. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Remember that. You should speak to one before you take any trades. I don't know how many times to say that. I'm going to be learning that too. I just don't know how many times to say that, so we'll see. So the emails were in the many, many hundreds, and you still will get a response. So we don't have that. We only have 95 watching right now. I guess that's not only, that's pretty good. 95 people that hopefully this has helped changing your life. Any feedback is helpful, especially about the technical, like what you're seeing. If there's something within my power to fix, I will do that. But I think right now we're not thinking about Zoom. We're not thinking about charging anything, you know, so it doesn't cost me anything to come on stream, because we've got it down to like a 2-second delay. I mean, Zoom is like a 1-second delay. So 2 seconds, if that's what you're really getting here, should be doable to trade. So, you know, to see what I'm doing at least. So I'll try to call my levels more clearly, but you're never going to know exactly when I go in and out, because I don't know 100% either. That's why learning how to trade is better. You know, learning how to do this on your own is better. So market pulse, important to have this indicator, okay? So you can see the Q and the SPY are now going up. It was on the fence there on a 5-minute. This is the multi-chart alignment. This is every other time frame and what their candles are right now. So trading with the crowd is important to have that up. I have the whole and half dollar up. That's important as well. Looking for this to get to the 156 as it's going down. I might jump in a little early because it doesn't seem to be wanting to get all the way down. I'm looking at the price flow. It is not sending it down. I think I'm going to go ahead and go in based on that price flow was, and I got a quick 10 bucks. So it wasn't going to hit 156. I could see over here. So I took a fast trade off that. Now it's looking a little bit different. So it might make it down there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go in down there and try to get another, you know, all right, that wasn't too bad. So I did a bounce off the ATR. Now it could rest here a bit, guys. It could be an opportunity that it just kind of goes up and down, up and down like 10 to 20 cents, and then eventually it would have a breakout. So you got to be careful. But this is the ATR usually affords us some good opportunity for small trades because of how many people respect that level. This is based on the half. This is based on the RV strategy half mark of the ATR from the previous closing day. So you can see right here that this was the risk oscillator that turned it around right here. I mean, it showed that it was turning around. I'm going to look to get off the dip again. We'll hit 03 for a second, but the price flow was showing it going down. I'll try it again. Wow, I got it right at 94 because it showed it going down. I saw it, and then I clicked up, but now you got to be careful it doesn't continue to go down. So there we go. Oh, it didn't pick me up. So there we go, 73. So just another 10, just baby steps, guys. That's all I'm doing. This is a possible level, or we'll call it 150. Well, that's 156. So yeah, I don't know how respected that should be, right? That level right there. Now we've broken the ATR, so it's making me take pause as to what I want to do right here, you know. So now I'm not looking at the other stocks. I'm seeing that Tesla has dropped down to 297. Hood, Robinhood is way up, hit the scanners, way up there. It passed NVIDIA on the 1 minute.
BMNR,
Look at that, huh?
Circuit breaker on the way down, up 50%. Bravo, Michael, November, Romeo, BMNR.
And then, NVIDIA is number 3, Apple is number 4, AMD is number 5 as far as the 1 minute volume right now in the moment. And that's why that scanner is pretty helpful. You put it into a watch list, you move the watch list over. See, this is what I have over here off to the side. I have that scanner up, and I can see all these readings. So I'm kind of, if I wanted to switch stocks, it's kind of alerting me to maybe do so. So we're going to bank off that ATR up at the even I'll go ahead and get in right there if it picks me up. Nope, I don't like the price flow. I'm getting out. So that's the kind of thing, unfortunately, with the delay you can't see. It looked like it was going to break the ATR, so I was going to wait to get in higher if it breaks that. And it just broke it, so let's see.
52.9 versus 52 expected on the S&P Global Manufacturing PMI. Coming up in about less than 15 minutes now at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Construction spending minus 0.2% expected.
Here we go.
JOLTS job openings for May.
That was tempting to grab that.
2 million. And the ISM manufacturing
I will get it there.
PMI,
if it picks me up,
48.8. That's coming up at 10
okay.
a.m. Eastern Time.
So now we will buy the bid to get out. Oh, it only got me 6 shares. Oh my God, seriously. I just got out real quick because I don't want to mess around with that. I canceled all and then I flattened. That was pathetic, but whatever. I'm not used, as you know from me trading, I always get picked up. Alternative routing on market, I always get picked up. So trading like this for you guys is a little different for me. This is more like how I trade momentum, and I will often trade the buy the ask, sell the bid on momentum. But on the large cap, I don't. So here we go. So now we're up to, that's the 20, the 14, and the 9 moving average. Here's your VWAP up here. Here we're going to start turning around. Let's take a look at the action on the a little bit of on the bigger. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. What am I trying to click on here? There it is. It came above on the screen above me, the tools. Feel like I don't have something set for you guys, but I think it's all open. So I'm just biding my time here. It seems to be going up into a new channel. I probably would buy the bid if it came down here again and try for another movement up, knowing that down here is where I would average down, maybe in this general area if it broke it. So you guys see what's on my mind. But right now I'm looking at going short off this level. We'll see. That's not a highly respected level in my opinion. It didn't respect it. It kind of did here a little, but I have to look at order flow as I'm deciding that. But more or not, it looks like it's going to go down here again, where I will get in long at the 156 mark, even dollar somewhere down there. That's what I'm looking for. Price flow says we're going up again. You can see it here just happening, you know, so hesitate to, you know, I was going for a bigger dip. MACD sending it up too, based on a crossover. Let's see. You can see the ScalpMeter Pro. It's all buyers in the middle of these winning out here. But the EMA is crossover showing you down. But the Q and the SPY are going up. Multi-chart alignment short term is going up. Oh, wow. There we go. That's, can I get that down there? I should have grabbed it there. I was talking and pointing to the other things. Should have got it at the 06 maybe.
S&P futures right now ticking slightly higher. Still down about 12.
Let's look for it to get back down to that 56 or just maybe right above it, because it doesn't seem to want to hit the even dollar to give us that opportunity. I'm looking for an opportunity to buy the bid and get in just above the 156 level, but it seems like it's bounced up. That ATR commands a lot of respect, guys. So now we're looking more like the 37, or I would feel better turning around at the 50 cent up there and not take this middle of the road stuff to be totally conservative, you know.
Cut rates, wouldn't take any meeting off the table.
Okay, that's the news on Powell. Not hitting the wire, but he just said it.
Powell said will depend on data.
Get ready for a move here, guys. Let's see what happens.
Shares of Ford moving higher following their result for their sales numbers. Shares up about 4 cents
This
now
is
on
why
the
you want to have,
ETF.
somebody to listen to, because it takes a beat for the news. So the news is no news. So let's see how the market reacts. He's not cutting. That's what he's saying. So he's not taking the take it down to 1% Trump thing. So cooler heads have prevailed, because that would be great for the moment, and then it would be tragic long term, in my opinion. It's just
EVTV and Virotech.
so I think it's more like an
Vehicles
average day we
begins
should
delivery of
expect here.
Bumblebee electric
We do
scooter
have that
incentives
chip
with first
issue
3 Texas
with
orders
China
and
that could,
Tenko
since I'm trading
Victor,
a chip
Tango
stock.
Victor.
Let me look. So Robinhood is number 2 still, Tesla number 1, Nvidia number 3 on the 1-minute volume. Tesla's down to 298. It's probably consolidating for some pretty good action in channel trading there. Hood's at 96. You can see here we're at 156. This is getting pretty boring. I might switch to get the rest of our money that we need today, but let's see if it affords me an opportunity here down at this level. I don't mean boring like I can sit here and be very bored and wait for the right trade, but are there probably better opportunities
Tesla,
than this, right? So this needs
moving
to
off the
start
lows
making
here,
channel moves for me here.
299.86.
I'm going to
Tesla
be
down about
I'm going to be less likely to continue to trade this. I will hit right here. This is this level here.
5.5%
Turned
now.
around
TSLA.
there. Yeah, I will mark that. I don't want to respect that too much, but when you look at order flow moving, then you kind of look at here to see, is it going to break above or break below based on the flow? Can I get a quick 5 cents, 10 cents based on the flow? Watching these support and resistance levels they're weak, but it's something to help you learn to watch this data. So it looks like the market's going to react favorably to no news is good news from the Fed. So yeah, I'd be hesitant to. I was gonna go short off that level, but I'm looking at the order flow, going, hit the VWAP. It looks like I'll probably go short off this 56.50 if it gets that high. Let's see if it gets there. It's trying. Let's see if it gets up there. I'm looking for 56.50. There it goes, and we'll take it. Did we get it? Didn't pick me up. Pick me up. God, I could have made a quick 10 cents there. Probably one of those times on this short thing I should have just gone market or sold the bid, but whatever. There it was. There was the move, and I missed it. 15, 20 cents right there. Darn. Didn't pick me up. I saw it happening, and I waited one beat too long to click the sell. And a bunch of other people got it ahead of me. And now they're still making money. So I will not trade off that level. I am just keeping an eye on it because of how it's consolidating sort of around here. If you smooth this, you do a smoothing action, that's kind of a level that maybe you'd want to watch, but no, not generally, no. So it showed the potential for going up there a bit, but now it's not.
Powell said we're modestly restrictive at this level.
Powell's still talking, so it's always dangerous to trade. Sometimes it's better just to wait for that all stuff to be done in like a half hour after that. So because it takes a while for everybody to get the news and to react to that news. And as you know, I will be bugging out here after 10, between 10 and 10:15 at the latest. So I will try to make force some moves, which I don't recommend if I can't at least break our goal. So, but each trade has been a profitable trade, and that's important because it's hard to lose money if your accuracy is 100%, right? It's hard to lose money. It's better to not lose money than to make more money. I will release this video, of course, as well. I'm not quite sure how that all works with the streaming thing. I know a lot of you are seeing it now. What are we up to? 101, 102. So we're looking at the ATR, or just above the ATR again, guys. it keeps toying with us down there. So I'm going to try to catch a bounce off of it on a buy the bid. I could just buy the ask and get in, you know. I might just do that if it goes down. Let's see. Oh, it would hit 09. Come on, one more bounce down. Oh, it was 09, 08. Was that it? Come on. You know. Oh, that was it. It launched like a spaceship. It just said no. Okay, there it goes. Again? Okay, that time I'll do it. So that time I got it at 06. Let's see if it's going to, it actually broke it. But you can see that the indicators are saying it is going to turn around. Let's see. Finally broke it, so it's a little concerning staying in it. But let's see if it can bounce me up a little bit. So we'll just try to, I don't like the price action. I'm going to try to get out for a lesser profit. But I don't know if it's going to pick me up. It didn't. So we're still in the trade. It's about to swale up. I saw the swaling here. It's like, okay, we're going to get picked up. Minor trade.
Coming up
Baby
at 10, Joel's
win.
job openings for May,
That,
7.32
you know,
million
some would argue
expected.
that I should have stayed in,
Construction
but
spending
I
minus
think,
2%
guys,
for May,
conservative is the way to go here for
ISM
sure.
manufacturing PMI
And you're
48
always
million
going to have
expected.
money.
It's coming up at
That
10
would,
a.m.
no,
Eastern
nothing's
time
always, obviously.
in about
So I'm calling out what I see. You
3
guys
minutes
might
now.
see something differently, and hopefully, you see your own thing happening here. So I will not go short off this level. I'm looking to go up here more, and maybe even to the 50 cent again. So I'm waiting. And I will go long. Now I will go long as it breaks the ATR, not right on the ATR. So that is a reversal sign. And that's a doji or a rickshaw man, depending on your point of view. And that is telling you it's going to go back up. So now you have the MACD up here from previous. And look at it, it keeps hitting that level that's smoothed across there. And smoothing basically just means you're going in between the most times it turned around. You're kind of picking a spot, and I kind of looked at this low area to try to smooth it. And it does seem to be respecting that. So we're going to wait for this to get down closer to the 56 mark than the ATR. So we're going to wait. Got it in there. And we got to 96. So we're almost there on a baby step, taking that trade. So I took it right above the 56 mark. I'm looking at the price flow. It does look like it's good to do it again, in my opinion, if we get down there. So I'm waiting for one tick lower. I'll go ahead and try to get in at 03. Pick me up this time. Now we're trying to get over our $100 on this trade, but it could go wrong. So I don't like the price flow at all. I'm not going to add to that. I'm not adding to that. That's a dangerous trade. So I'm not adding to this. I'm waiting for a rebound or I'm going to get out. So if I added, it would be way down here. Yeah, price flow is definitely going against me now. It suddenly decided to make a move down. So we're holding firm for a minute. Now I could add to my position and get out on a bump for probably green, but I'm not confident with the way I see this moving. So this is tending to swale downward still. So be careful if you're in this position. I would not think about adding if it was me.
Powell said we'll discuss communication and scenarios in the fall.
I'm going to get out, guys. I don't like it. I'm getting ready to get out rather than add. So let's see. There it goes back up. I'm feeling better about it as I watch this flow move upwards. So there we go.
Job openings in about.
So now it's
30
showing that it
seconds.
is going to go back up, which is nice. Not overly confident, but yeah, we'll get that. See if that picks us up. Nope, didn't pick me up. It's swaling up, though. It's swaling up. So here we go. Oh man, it turned around at the last second there. There's a swale. It's going to pick me up. Just bide your time. It's going to pick us up here. I'm at 09. I definitely think it's going to go back up there. Let's see. Price action is still showing that it's going to go up because it's higher highs and lower lows on the level 2. So let's. Wow, there it goes. Boy, did it ever swing low
ISM
before
manufacturing
it went up.
PMI 49 versus
So there's our
48.8.
$100, guys. Now I will go. You should stop trading if you're there.
Expected.
But
Construction spending minus 0.3% versus minus.
I'll take a look at some of these others. Let's see, just see for Tesla for a second.
S&P futures, bit volatile here now. Basically,
Oops.
unchanged after all that movement. Right now, down about 9.
Getting some weird platform lag here, which is annoying. Wow, look at that, huh? That looks fun to trade to me. I love it the way it's consolidating right here. So this is on a 5-minute here. So now it is recovering because that's a buy for Tesla usually, guys. If the news wasn't bad news, which it wasn't, it was no news, it seems like this is going to start going up like it already has. That's not a genius to call that move, right? So if I were to trade this, I would be long biased right now, my opinion. I would look for opportunities on channels on the even and half dollar, and I might smooth some in the middle of those, like the 75-cent mark, and then I would lower my share size to 50 or less, and then I would look to get into some of these, channel trading here. That's how I would trade that, in my opinion. Let's go to Hood. Where am I? No, it's auto zoom. Why isn't it actually auto zooming me? There we go. Wow, that's also a fun looking. So things are generally going up, it looks like here. Some of these really excite me to channel trades. It's long biased. That's what you're looking for. So it's long biased, and then it's the same thing. You do the channel trading. You do the support, historical data, support and resistance, and then you look at order flow. I would trade this long biased. I would probably for sure bang it off the high ATR on Hood. I'd probably do at least 100 shares just because of the difference.
209.40 at the highs.
Well, everybody's going up right now. Apple just went up too, so yeah, look at Apple, 209. Wow, so Apple must have got some really good news. Apple stock had a nightmare year, but it may be nearing a turning point. So that's good news for a bunch of people trading Apple. Yeah, look at that.
On relatively light volume.
Now, you're going to probably get all this FOMO. Just, you made your money. You made your money, guys. It's okay. There's opportunities like this every single day, okay? Yeah, I would be trading this stock for sure. So there's so many stocks to trade right now. Long biased, and then, buy off the dip, off the channel, find a channel, buy off the dip, get out for short gains, do it again, do it again, do it again. And if it starts to go the other way, you can average down, but be careful, stay with your max loss. Again, that's how I would trade that. So I hope this was enjoyable for you guys. Let's recap a little here. What did I do here for NVIDIA? I marked a fib level, okay? And that's from the high-low. You're always left to right, high-low. I have this on a 5-minute, 10-day chart. And then I marked some pivot points that may or may not get respected just to give me some guidelines, right? And then I got in and I created channels. There's only really one. I created 2 channels here, kind of. Look how it's dropping off again right now. Yeah, it's going down. So you can see you could trade off of that 156 again. Are we right at the 156 again? Yeah, we are. Look at that. That's a very respected level right now, 56. So I have the whole, besides doing what I just showed you, I had the whole and half dollar, which I respected very well because that's where the crowd trades. So I always have those marked, and I have a indicator that does that automatically on every stock, so you don't have to do it in case you forget it, and it's wicked worth the money. You can see, you can get every indicator I have right here for probably right around what we made in one day. So, and then you have the indicators forever. This is the engine that helps you pick the trade. You know, I'm always glancing down here, even though I'm not saying it when I bank off of a level, right? And then I'm looking at what my goal is, and I usually stop a little bit before it just to be safe. And this is why this is a risk oscillator. This is managing your risk. Just get out, you know. And if it goes against you, you can kind of see, hey, how far is it likely to go against me if I'm going long? And then use that in your determination whether you want to add to more of your total position or you just want to get out. Now, I use the price flow as well. I will be watching the swale up and down to see if it's going higher regularly or going lower regularly, and you got to kind of zoom in on that. And it's I mean, nothing is going to be for sure no matter what you do, right? So you're just trying to get as many indicators that you can, notice as many things as you can to make quick moves. On a day like this when there's all this news, knowing how to do this, it's just, you know, it can be flawless for you because it doesn't matter what's going on in the world. And there's somebody today that made $50,000, right? And you could have FOMO about that if you had the money to trade it. And then the next day he could lose 75,000 doing the same thing. So I mean, there's real professionals that can momentum trade. Like I'm one of those too. But for people that are just starting out and just want something, a consistent living, like the people on a fixed income, retired, and you only want to spend a half hour, the market, you know, I'll be here most of the time, and I'll call them like I see them. But again, you're responsible. Remember that. But I just wanted to give you kind of a recap of what I did. I don't have each trade here. There's probably a way I can show all those. I normally don't do that, but you hopefully saw how I did it. And there was one time I felt at risk, the last trade I think it was, I felt like I'm going to have a losing trade. And then at the last second when I was ready to get out at 30 bucks down or something, I saw it started to slowly swale the other way. And I was like, oh, hey, look, it's turning around. So I held, you know. And of course, had I averaged in right then, I could have made, you know, bigger money. But this is fine. We did, again, that's a FOMO thing, right? So. Okay, guys, I hope that that was helpful today. I hope everybody did good. I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks for watching, and always be careful out there and go green. I'll see you next time.